an open door policy to allow people to feel welcome coming into our centre, highlighting the issues that they're experiencing and working together so as to address the issues that they may be finding difficult at the time.
Thank you, John. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to be here, and I suppose I'm particularly proud to be here to see this house being used again, because I'm somebody who has come from only a 3-minute walk from here, and it's been such a pity to see this place closed, and we're delighted to see it back in full use again, and I'm sure Father Pat was more than proud when you asked him. But I'd like to particularly say how important it is to be launching this very important Good Morning Hetford, Carlistran and Shrewd, because in this time when we have come to a time in society when people hardly know who their neighbours are, haven't the time to talk, don't have the time to look in, this service will provide an invaluable service to older people. And I think it's a very, very good idea, and I'd like at this juncture to pay particular tribute to Galway Rural Development for funding this, Donna, and to thank you for your input in that regard. None of this would have happened, of course, if we didn't have the volunteers, and we have, as John said and as Thelma said, very fine volunteers in the community who have volunteered to take part in this project, and I'd like to particularly pay my thanks to the volunteers: Marion Hackett, Anne Hughes, Bertie Sweeney, Francis O'Reilly, Maura Mitchell, and the one and only Jack O'Brien. You're a very brave man.
I drive down from Crockwell every morning. It's 32 miles of a journey. Some people say it's a long distance. I love coming down because from the moment we open the door, we don't know who's going to come through. And sometimes it can be a very disturbing situation. Maybe a young lady coming in talking about the fact that she was abused last night. It could be someone who's just been made unemployed. It's the first time they've experienced unemployment and don't know who to turn to. Or it could be a young person who is just bewildered, they don't know who to turn to, and they see that we have an open door. The joy at times we can get from the face of an elderly person who's just completed a computer course and who says this has changed their lives. Now, changing their lives at 80 may seem strange, but it has opened up doors for them that maybe they hadn't opened before. For every bad story we hear here, we hear 5 or 6 good stories. And there might be very, very simple things. Someone coming in and saying, look, I've got onto the course I always wanted to get onto. Or, I got onto that training program. Or it could be, I got a few hours work today. It might be something very small, but yet that in a sense is a joy for us, because we may have had just said a little word of encouragement to that person the day before.
I actually didn't realise this centre, what it was all about, until I came in one day and I inquired. And that was only a couple of years ago. And at first I was a regular user of the internet, because I don't have an internet connection in my house at the minute. But then as time went along, I was going back to university, which I'm studying at Queen's at the minute, and John has pointed me in the direction, and he's got me in contact with people to do with grants, and set up a couple of meetings for me, and he actually was successful in getting me a grant last year. It was the last of the lot, and it was a bit of a shock, but it was a good shock.
My job specifically is a mediator, helping people back into employment or back into education. I look after the long-term unemployed, but unfortunately times have changed. Now we're dealing with people who are short-term unemployed. And most people are ready for jobs, but unfortunately the jobs are very limited out there. There's a lot of people out there with very high skills, not able to go back into employment. So to retrain somebody, say, what's the question in relation to train somebody? We have to become multi-skilled, multitasked. If you're qualified as a human resource person, maybe you could go off and get some skills in accountant's technician, or you can get other skills in particularly in relation to construction workers. They can go off and do alternative. I have a gentleman coming in this afternoon who's a carpenter. He wants to go into alternative energies. There's a diploma and there's a degree course in GMIT at the minute running. And my job really is to find out what's available on their doorstep. Can they access it? Can they get money? Can they get grants? And support the person any which way.
So we had decided on that, if anyone had seen the last minutes, that we were going to contact him because he hadn't been available for a lot of meetings. So that's how that came about. Basically, I live in Shrewd, which is 6 miles here from Hertford. This resource centre was being set up, and I came here. I knew nobody. I knew nothing about it. And I came on board, and I loved the ethos of the whole thing. I loved the whole idea that it was voluntary. It really has made me what I am. I am a hell of a lot more confident now than I was 9 years ago. I wouldn't have done this 9 years ago. And I also went back to college through Solas and succeeded in a diploma in community development in NUI. I've never attended college, so to me it was a big, big thing. And I spent 2 years there, and I qualified. And I'm delighted that I've done that. And I did it for me. And this is what Solas has done for me. It has made me a far better person. And I want other people to know that and to come on board and get what I got from it.
As Solas is a drop-in information service, my role is to act as the first point of contact, either by telephone or by in person, to people using the centre. The number of people using the centre has increased by 30% since 2008. I have a keen interest in all projects run in the centre. Presently I am coordinating the Rainbows programme, and it is of particular interest to me. The Rainbows programme is a 12-week programme for children who have had a loss through death or separation or a huge transition in their lives. The Rainbows programme provides a safe setting for children to share their feelings with others in similar situations. My job is very varied from day to day, and I really enjoy working with people. Knowing that I have helped somebody, or that I have left a positive impact on their lives through maybe as simple as sitting and having a chat with them, or referring them to one of our frontline services, say the affordable counselling, and to see what that has done to their lives and the changes that they've made, it brings great fulfilment to me. A large number of older people will be using this facility. They'll be coming in here, say, for information on their entitlements, say what they're entitled in social welfare, or at the moment now there's an insulation programme available to people who are on fuel allowance, and a large number of elderly people would avail of that at the moment, and they'll be coming in here to get the forms filled out for them. Or also the housing grants. Galway County Council and Mayo County Council are providing housing grants, home improvements for the elderly. Today now there was a lady in, and she just sat there and had her cup of tea and just talking about old times, because a lot of them are very isolated, so it's really rewarding to give them that time.
My name is Susan Anderson. I'm a volunteer at the Solas Centre here, teaching computers to seniors. It's like an 8-week course, getting the over 55s familiar with computers and being able to open their emails and communicate with all their family and friends all over the world. I have such a laugh, and it's great working with all the students. So it's a sort of centre for everybody. You know, there's something in here for absolutely everybody, whether you're young or old. They have courses and classes, and they're so friendly and help the community. There's nothing they won't do for you. You know, I have such a laugh, and it's great working with all the students. So.
Originally, I wasn't trained. I hadn't done any computer work or anything like that. I did a VTOS course, and alongside that I decided to do a diploma in community development. That was influenced largely by this working here. And then I went to college full time after that, and I've just finished my masters. So it's helped, it's encouragement, and I've had encouragement all the way from all the people that have worked here. Found it a really good support for me to encourage me to keep learning. I don't know why I did voluntary work. It's a constant question I ask myself when it's cold and it's wet, and why do I have to go to this meeting, or why do I have to go to the youth club? But I just do. It's just something that it's part of being a person in the community. To me, it's natural that you give something back. I would say it's a very welcoming place. It's a place you can come to for help, whatever your problem. Because if they don't know something here, they'll tell you who does. And I just think it's a very warm, welcoming place. It's a safety net for people, really, when they've got nowhere else to go.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Karina. Happy birthday.
suppose we'll start off with the apologies first.
From Pip and also from Michael O'Malley.
Okay.
We have people coming in who are at, I suppose, a low time in their lives. And often, over a cup of tea and a chat, they'll leave here with a smile on their face and they say, you know, it's the first time in a long time I was able to chat to someone. And that would mean a lot to us now. That would make your day worthwhile as well. And there's so many of these that happen that keep us going.